Welcome back to the channel, guys. It is the final video. Number plates on there, just got to chuck the tray plates in it, and we're going to get this one dropped off for paint. This will be the last video, so let's have a look at it when it comes back. As if by magic, it is back from paint in exactly the same place it was when it went off. Doesn't it look nice, Chris?
Yeah, it looks quite straight, doesn't it?
We got to sort obviously the bonnet latch out. It's and the hinges. It is just
the front's got to come off again.
Yeah, it has got to come off. Yeah.
But yeah, it looks well, doesn't it?
Looks really nice.
Wing looks quite good as well, doesn't it? That repair. Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's the one that you repaired. Had quite a lot of little dents and stuff in it, didn't it?
Yeah.
This front grille, I think we ended up buying that off of eBay, pattern, and he had havoc with it, Chris.
Yeah, I know. You showed me the photos.
Yeah. So these are obviously pressed black plastic, and what they've done is just primed straight over the plastic. They've not scored it up. So Luke's painted it, and the paint just literally
The primer,
yeah. He went to bang this grille on, and it all just fell off all the way up to here, the paint. So he had to completely rub that down and redo it. That's why it took another extra couple of days, but it's definitely all there now, isn't it? And we think that we've got all the bits. So should we pull it straight in?
I think so. Straight in and get it put back together,
Get it put back together, get that bonnet sorted out, and I don't know if it needs an MOT or anything. I guess I better check that, but we'll have the tracking and balancing done anyway.
Yep.
Yeah, let's get it in the workshop and crack on with it. We seem to be turning out quite a lot of projects now, don't we?
Good.
Getting them turned around.
Yep.
So straight in the workshop, all the doors open, and empty out everything that is in the back of that van. We literally stored everything in there until it come back, and I actually was quite happy to see my socket set because I left it in there when it went to paint. So a lot of messing around here. Front bumper straight off, it was only on there temporary. Chris is putting all the catches on the bonnet. I'm doing up a couple of nuts on the headlights while Chris is fitting up that new bumper ready to go back on. So you'd actually think that this bit was easy, but it was far from it. There's a lot of little parts to build this up and trying to work out, because it was smashed up and we really never took it apart, did we?
Well, and we've never done one of these before.
No, we haven't.
So, there you looking, mate. Oh, we've got to take those two back out.
Just wondering whether they have to come out.
They do, don't they? You got it?
Yeah, I've got it. So it goes through 2 layers.
Yeah, sandwich, isn't it? Is it that one?
Yeah.
Or is it that one?
Yeah, it's that one, yeah.
Funny old setup, really, isn't it? We should have told Dan we're doing this, else you might come in and start swearing. Bit of a potty mouth, isn't he?
That's all right. How was your weekend, mate?
Yeah, busy, mate. All go, but all good. What, how are you looking?
I am. All right, it's just going to be these pins, isn't it? And
yeah,
I don't think it clips into the headlights. It just goes. That's it. You got that 10 you just took out of here?
Yeah.
Thank you. Just to hold it.
Safe then, eh?
Yeah.
And then these have to...
I think we do, one side at a time here.
I think they're in. Or we're just going on the marks for a minute.
Yeah.
See how she fares.
Then can I borrow that straight after?
I'll just put mine in.
Actually, Chris, I got it quite tight by hand. Have you got more of those clean ones in your hand?
I've got 2.
Right, I only have 1.
Yeah. I wonder if that's mine's not even biting.
Is it not?
No, it might need you to press against it a little bit.
You have to pull that back in towards you as well when you're doing it up, yeah. It was definitely those
clean ones.
The clean screws, yeah, because they don't get dirty up here, do they?
No, it's not biting that one.
Try the one underneath it, because that'll pull it in a little bit.
I think that one started, mate.
Yeah.
Yep. See, look.
It actually looks really good. Yeah, really good. Looks nice with that grille in it now, doesn't it?
Yeah.
This is all going to be quite loose because of that under tray.
That's
stiffens
right.
everything
That's right.
up.
And there isn't a lot of adjustment on these, is there?
No.
They are where they are.
Sneak that. Cheers. Yeah, that's nice, that.
There's your other one there.
I think, Chris, I'll probably get you to cut that camera while we nip up all the rest of these bolts.
Yeah.
Yeah. Otherwise, all people are going to hear is the ratchet winding.
Yep, fair enough.
So with the new bumper on there, we are trying to line up that bonnet. And I must say, we had that bonnet open and shut more times than a postman lifted a letterbox that day. It was a lot of messing around there with a catch. But eventually on the hinges there, you can see Chris raised the bonnet up at the back there just to bring that front edge down that we were struggling with. And once it was shut for the last time, it was absolutely bang on. Tested all the lights, they're all working perfect. So we're good to go. We don't want to time lapse anymore, guys, but we think we are pretty much there with it. Probably there was a lot of messing around there, adjustments on the bonnet, and that is because everything's genuine apart from that front grille, and they are a little bit hit and miss, like where we normally buy them from. They didn't have one, so that one actually come off of eBay. But we are pretty much there with it. We're going to go up in the air, get the arch liners on. You can see we've got them on the floor there. The under tray, which stiffens up, of course, bottom of the front bumper. And then I think I'll get this one out, actually take it over, have the alignment and stuff done, just like I normally do. While Chris is sitting here, hopefully, he's going to start writing out the numbers on it, because we'll have this finished in this video, won't we? So, yeah, definitely. I don't know if I've mentioned it early in this video, I probably haven't, but I have fitted that module, and it was a bit of a pain to get to. It was down, I'll say it was a pain. You have to just take the step out. You have to remove this seat, and then it was right up down here underneath there. And now when you start it up, just in case I haven't shown it, guys, I'll show it now. See, the airbag light's gone out there and it's stayed out. So just the service light, the spanner light to reset, and job's going to be a good one. On the inside, everything else is done. So let's get it up on the ramp, finish it off, get those wheel arches in there. So now we're coming to a close with this one. Let's briefly run you through the CarVertical. So Peugeot Expert diesel 2019. Theft is all clear. Odometer is all okay. Financial and legal status all okay. And damage there clearly highlighted in amber. Things to know about your Peugeot. Any images if it's previously been sold or gone through an auction. And then scrolling a little bit further down, you've got all your theft stuff there. So if it was marked as theft, it would elaborate on it with some dates and some more information. You've got your mileage history there, and the last known mileage, 66,631. And your handy mileage graph there. And that's normally the inputs from your MOTs, your services, etc, etc. Scrolling a little bit further down, you've got your financial and legal status. And then as you can see just on the top of the screen there, it has got financial and legal, damaged, market value, emissions. And what you can now do on this new and improved CarVertical check is actually just hit damaged, and it will take you straight to that section. So this vehicle was damaged one time. The vehicle was marked as an insurance write-off. Estimated repair costs unknown. Write-off category S, repairable structural damage. So I want to thank CarVertical once again for the continued support on the channel, guys. To benefit from a discount off your must-do check, use the code up on screen now, or there's a link in the description. So a bit of a win and then a little bit of a fail. When we stripped the wheels off to put the wheel arch lining wheel arch liners back in. Everything went perfect, all good. As soon as we took the wheels off, Chris said, yeah, they ain't no good. The pads are like 80% worn and there's a big lip on the discs. So it's going to want a new set of discs and pads. It'll be crazy not to do them now while the front wheels are off. So we are going to move on with that. I'm going to whip round, pick up a new set, and Chris is going to crack on, get those wound back, get them cleaned up and ready for the new ones. So 2 star drives here on the back of the caliper. Chris is just unwinding them. Get a bit of string in the caliper, a bit of rope, tie it up on the suspension leg just so it's not hanging down, straining on the brake pipe. Off with the front disc, clean it up with a wire brush, straight on with a new one. And then Chris knocks the pads out there. They're quite stuck in there actually. I'll come in with a winding tool, wind the piston back, straight in with the new pads. Chris showing the old one there. Back on with the caliper, star drives back in, job's done. I just know someone's going to mention, oh, that's why it crashed, because the brakes were so low. Guys, that's not. The brakes still had a bit of meat on them, but we just couldn't sell it knowing that someone's going to buy it, and in 6 months' time, they're going to need to go and spend money on it. So they're not expensive. £109 that was for 2 new discs.
On the back of
oh, yeah.
It was not, contact area was very low, wasn't it, on that?
Been a disc too long.
Been a disc
Probably
too
the
long.
originals though, 60,000 miles.
Probably, yeah. And there's the
pads
so
there, yeah.
worn down.
They are worn. You can see how thick the new ones are there. But 2 nice new discs on it. New set of pads both sides. Get the wheel on and finally get this one off the ramp. So nice. I know I said it in a previous video. We'd finished the Merc video. We're coming close with another video, and this one's going to be wrapped up today, so it's just brilliant that we're getting through them. So I think we're ready. I've checked it. The MOT runs out in September, so I'm going to take it for an MOT. I also want to get the tracking checked and balancing, and there is a fault with this van still that I need to get sorted as well, and that is the central locking will not work. You press it, it locks, and then it instantly unlocks. And I've established it's the driver's door, excuse me, and the lock will only turn one way, so there's something stuck in there. I'm going to need to take the door panel off. That's not going to stop us taking it for an MOT, but you can see those lines there, and half of that wiper blade is missing. So I am actually going to pop and get 2 new wiper blades for it, and then we'll take it over and get it MOT'd. That's them done. MOT's at 11, so I think we've got just enough time to get it cleaned. That's more like it. Let's get it all washed up. I'm standing quite far back, guys, because they got the radio on it now. I don't want to ask them to turn it off. So I never got a chance to get it cleaned. I had to whip home for a delivery, and we've not had it done here before. A2 tyres. They did ask, do we want to bring them here? And the guy we used to use has actually stopped doing them now. So we have brought it here to have everything done. So they're going to do the MOT. Fingers crossed that's all right. And then straight on to Rich, do the tracking, 4-wheel balance, and hopefully then we can get it all cleaned. But this van drives beautiful, and we haven't even checked the pressures or the balancing yet. It really does drive lovely. Let's see how we get on. Just goes to show you, doesn't it? I did say to Rich, this van drives lovely. It really does drive lovely. But he's put it on the alignment machine. It's actually miles out. Like, I don't think I've ever seen it that bad before. That bad.
Yeah, plus 22, plus 12. So we're only 10 minutes difference. However, they are towing too much.
You get that? Can you get that right?
Of course I can.
It was a joke, mate. It was a joke. I'll leave you to it. So the final leg now, guys, the aircon. These are the bits you just don't. I mean, it's in video. You watch it very, very quickly. But I arrived here this morning, and it's gone round the front. I had to wait my turn in the queue. And with 4-wheel balance and waiting, the time in the queue was about 45 minutes. That was after a 50-minute MOT. And then now that's done, of course, Rich had it on there doing the tracking. That took about 20 minutes, 25 minutes. And then now round to the aircon machine. And it'll tell you in a minute how long it is on the screen. But that's normally about 30 minutes as well, because it does do a full vac, a hold, a pressure test, etc., etc. with that machine. So all these little bits, I've literally been here for about 2.5 hours now this morning, In fact, I think I'll ask for an A2 Tyres t-shirt. I look like one of the employees. Yeah, guys, all of this stuff does take a fair bit of time, but let's get that charged up and we're on the final leg. Guys, we're good. We're blowing ice cold. And Luke, the manager here, heard me when I done that last cutting. He said, you only got to ask, Rob. He's given me a t-shirt, so thank you very much. Right, let's finally go and get this cleaned. I always say it, this is the epic moment for us. When we're at the car wash, you know we're coming to the end of a video, and it was really nice to get this van cleaned. It had previously been to a Copart yard and it was stored there for over a month. So they'd been in and out of it with muddy boots. It was filthy inside and it was quite dusty and dirty on the outside. So really nice to see it all come back and looking lovely. If I'm honest, guys, that has come out absolutely beautiful. I know the wheels are a little bit rough on it, which is a bit of a shame, but overall come out very, very nice. The Fiesta in the background is not for sale, guys. That's not one of ours. But inside, I knew it'd all clean up really nice anyway. The aircon blows ice cold. Just absolutely faultless, apart from that window switch, which I'm going to order now. And what else was there I wanted to do? The central locking in the door, but they're little problems that I can do off camera on my own. Sorry, there's a fair bit of noise in the background there. Chris and Dan are dropping some blocks in behind some gabions that they've made. So yeah, overall, really happy with it. Everything's done. I think we go inside, crunch the numbers, and these couple of little tiny bits that need doing to it, I can do off camera. So another one wrapped up and done. So guys, you all know the saying, someone has been here before. It was a bit of a pain getting that door panel off, but like I said, it kept saying driver's door open and it would not lock. Now finally it locks and unlocks, but getting that lock, the alignment that you have to do with this pin in here, it was a nightmare to do. I'm not gonna lie, it was a real pain. It tested me a little bit. It probably took me about an hour. Just turn the radio down. But finally, no more door open. It's just, sorry guys, I was just gonna put my seatbelt on. Handbrake off. Hallelujah. We're finally there with it. So everything's working, apart from that window switch there, but it does work if you push it, and then if you actually pop it out, a bit tight, but let's get that somehow, get that out. That's it. You stick your finger down the back, so it's just this little bit snapped, but you'll have to buy a switch pack for it. You've seen we bought them off eBay before, they're reasonably cheap, so let's get a switch pack for it. Why? God, that's a couple of cars I'm running around in at the moment to use, so I'll just use this and order some window switches up for it, but job is a good one. We're done. I'm going to try and keep this short and sweet, guys, because it's all been painted in here and the fumes are quite strong. And do you know what? This is actually the second time I've already just done this, but I completely messed it up. So it's a retake, and I've probably only ever had to take a retake twice before in the channel history, which is unbelievable. So I will start off, normally I'd start off with the price of the van. We will get straight into the price of the van, but this one is going to be a bit of a shocker, and hopefully explains why I didn't stop moaning all the way through the other videos about how expensive the parts were for it. So guys, we spent £1,000 more repairing this van than what we initially paid for it first off, which is unbelievable. We paid £3,000 for this van, and it come from a chap, him and his son own the company, and they got offered to buy the van back, and it was actually a bit less than 3,000, and he said, just give us that. I think it was like 2,600 and something, and I said, no, we give you 3,000, it covers the excess. Doesn't that sound cheap? A 2019 Peugeot Expert van with 60,000 miles on it, but let's get into the numbers. This is in no particular order. Recovery, £280. Paint, £650. Prasco, So that's who we ordered the panels from. And I think that was front panel, wing and the crash bar. £495. Airbags. We got a good deal from Airbag Team. I think they had them online, 1400. They'd done them £1,172. Jerry's, the little paint shop round the corner, £18 for some paint for the end caps. Chris was filming up above with his iPhone and it fell down and smashed on the floor. You will all remember it. So we've had to put £35 for a new iPhone screen in this one. The dealer, £422. That was for an airbox, absorber, bumper to wing bracket. Windscreen with Liam, of course, looking after us, £210. A2 tyres this morning, MOT, wheel alignment, aircon gas, £140. The wash I just had done, £25. Now eBay, guys, I haven't written down what these are for. I have some of them I haven't. So £101.98, £76.98, and then again £76.98. So we bought 2 brackets for it. What I will say is £68.90 was the passenger headlight repair kit. Most expensive we've ever bought. But this is strange. The driver's side was only £52.50. And we bought them both off of a main dealer that's got an eBay shop rather. The front grille we had to buy online was £169.99. And then the alternator, we got so lucky with that. I think it come from Spain and it worked out £199.43. To buy that in England, that was advertised for a Toyota Pro Ace or High Ace. To buy that in England for a Peugeot Expert was actually £800. £64 was for the AC rad second hand. £46 was for an air conditioning pipe second hand off eBay. And the rad we bought new off of a company on eBay, giving us a total of £7,392.76. So we spent £4,392.76 repairing that van. So over £1,000 more than what we actually paid for it. It's unbelievable. But is that still a cheap van, guys? £7,392.76. Absolutely. I know that they got paid out around 13 grand for that van, but if you look now, there is still such a high demand for vans that they start at about, well, the ones that I just see, I typed in exactly the same model and they was all floating around the £15,000 mark. So 15,995, 15,495, 14,995, and then the next one down, believe it or not, was 8,995, and it's a category S. It comes with 1 key, no paperwork, and it's all damaged along the sill on one side. We're going to ask £10,500 for our van. If it doesn't sell for that, we can always reduce it a little bit, but I think it's definitely worth all of that, and that's given us a pre-tax profit of £3,107.24. So definitely worth doing. But I will say the same as what I said with the Duke. We'll have to think twice about buying another one of those particular vans. Definitely check out the prices. I know a lot of people did reach out and say, Rob, try Nissan for the parts, try Peugeot, try Citroen for the parts, try Vauxhall for the parts. But all of those vans, believe it or not, I know they now make a Vauxhall Vivaro, which is the same van. They make the Toyota Pro Ace, or High Ace, which is the same van. But they're actually all PSA, which is Peugeot, isn't it? So I don't know whether the bits would be cheaper, but I know things like the headlights, the grille, the bumpers, all of that differs. The driver's airbag is completely different in those, of course, because they got a different name on them, haven't they? So I need to order some window switches for that van, and you'll all reach out and say, Rob, you didn't have that down there, and you're absolutely right. I forgot to put them down there. So I need to go on eBay, order the window switches for it. I know I got a bit sidetracked doing that door lock, but I'm going to drive it home. And of course I need to lock it, leaving it outside my house. So I'm going to order the window switches. I'm going to drive that one to and fro work for the rest of the week, as long as it takes, and then hopefully put it out on Instagram for sale and give one of you guys a chance to buy it. What I will say, guys, is I know a lot of people reach out still now and say, can I just buy it now, put my name down for it? We don't work like that. It goes out on Instagram to everybody, and it's sort of fastest finger first. So once you see that post go out on Instagram, send me a message saying, Rob, I'm interested, here's my number. And of course, I'll call you back in the order that those numbers come in until it is sold. Guys, that's the fairest way we can think of doing it. I know a lot of people have got other opinions and say to us, try and do it this way, try and do it that way. This is a proven way for us. That is the way we like doing it, and it really does work for us. So if you haven't followed us already on Instagram, it's Salvage Rebuilds. If you haven't followed Chris on his jollies, doing little bits around the yard and weekends, building chicken coops, etc., etc., it's Salvage Rebuilds Chris. Don't forget, like, subscribe and share. And if you do reach out on Instagram, guys, always include your telephone number. We'll see you very, very soon in the next one.